Guys, welcome back to today's video. I'm so excited. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my go-to makeup routine for like the spring and summertime. I honestly haven't put makeup on my skin in about 2 weeks, so this is going to be fun. I will be linking all the products that I use down below, so be sure to check that out. Without further ado, let's jump on into it. Yeah, we're going to go right in. So I'm actually going to start off with a primer. So I'm going to take the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. I have like a cute little sample of it, and I'm just gonna take like a pretty small amount, like so, kind of like the size of a dime, I would say. And I just like to press this into the skin where I tend to get really oily because it is warmer and I live in Florida. My skin is more on the oily side, so I like to put this in my T-zone area, so like my forehead, my nose, right here where my pores are the biggest, on the sides of my nose, and then just on my chin. And I like to do more of a pressing motion, that way it really fills my pores in nicely, and then I'll kind of put the rest elsewhere, whatever's left over on my fingers. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with foundation. I'm actually gonna do my face first. To make this nice and easy, I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and actually have a sample of a foundation I've been trying out. It's from Urban Decay, it's their Naked Skin one, and I've really been liking it. It's really good, again, if you have more on like the oily skin side. I have quite a tan, so this might be a little bit dark, but this is what the lady gave me, so we're just gonna go with it. And I also wanted to mention that I have pretty sensitive skin and this does not break me out. I will say though, this is definitely pretty matte. It dries down really quick, so you do have to work pretty fast with it, and I prefer to use my sponge just so that way I just feel like it's easier to like glide around, to be honest. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with some concealer. So this one I've been loving. It's really good for every day as well if you want more like a lighter concealer, but I feel like it still does the trick. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Concealer, and I'm using the shade Light Pale. I will also say that they don't have the best shade selection, so if you're really fair, this might be too dark for you. Like, this is perfect for me right now because I have a tan, but when I was paler, I didn't feel like it was that brightening. So it's just something to keep in mind. I'm gonna kind of like highlight with my concealer too, just because I'm feeling it today. I look like I'm gonna try or something. Okay, perfect, just like so. So a nice pretty canvas, and then I definitely want to set this all down because like I said, I'm very oily and I don't like my products to feel tacky on my skin. So I'm going to take a buffing brush from Real Techniques, and this powder I'm using is just the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. Great, again, if you have oily skin like me. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of this in the areas where I get oily. So again, just like my T-zone, definitely going to set underneath my eyes. My skin is a little bit on the drier side, like I said, because I've been in the sun, so I'm not going to go too crazy, but I'm just going to like lightly tap this over. The next I'm going to do my brows. This is my most essential step. I'm someone where I have really dark brows and they're pretty thick, I would say, a little bit, I guess. For me, I don't like to use a pencil or pomade or anything like that because when you have really dark brows, it's very easy to get too intense too quickly. So for years, I've been just doing the eyeshadow trick, and I've already talked about this on my channel many times, but I actually just use a MAC eyeshadow. I use a shade called Mystery, which I think they discontinued, so a similar option is Cork. And then I'm just gonna take my Anastasia brow brush, which I've had now for so long, it literally is like the best investment. So I'm just gonna comb my brows up. I've been trying to let them grow out now that we're in quarantine because I feel like I've just been going crazy with plucking them while I was in college. So yeah, I'm trying to let them breathe a little bit. But I'm not really like going crazy, I'm just kind of lightly filling in the areas that kind of just need a little bit of sprucing up. So for me, like my outer part of my brow tends to be missing more hair, so I'm just gonna kind of go a little heavier there. I like to start there actually and kind of get that definition that I like, and then kind of slowly bring it in. So now that the brows are done, I'm gonna move on to the eyes. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in, that way you can see a little bit better. I feel like I look a little bit crazy with my brows right now, and if that's the case, quick tip, just take a fluffy brush and just kind of like lightly dust over them. That way you kind of just soften it up a bit, but I feel like it always looks crazy until I finish the rest of the makeup. So I'm gonna be using my MAC eyeshadow palette. I created this a long time ago. It is my baby. But I'm just gonna go for like a really bronzy, just glowy look. So I'm gonna grab just like a big fluffy crease brush, and I'm gonna take just like a brown matte color, and I'm just gonna pop that into the crease of my eye. And I'm gonna kind of flick it out a bit too, because I want it kind of just to like open my eye up a bit. And then I'm next gonna take one of my favorite shades. By the way, I use the shade Soft Brown, but I'm now gonna go into one of my all-time favorites, which is Wood Winged. It's just like the most beautiful bronze color. So I'm gonna pop that Wood Winged color like all over my eyelid. Okay, cool. And then I'm also gonna go in with Wood Winged on the lower lash line, just to kind of bring the color, just to kind of connect everything together a little bit better. And then one of my all-time favorite things to do is take like a lighter shade. So I'm gonna take Nylon, and I'm just gonna pop that on my inner corners just to really brighten up my eyes. Lastly, on my eyes, I'm just gonna pop on mascara. So I'm gonna use my Essence Volume Stylist Mascara. I feel like they have so many, so just in case you're confused, it's the pink one, because there's also a purple, but I really like the pink one. So I just put mascara on my top lashes, and next I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer. So this is from Fiona Styles. I don't even know if you can still buy her makeup. They used to sell it in Ulta, and it's just absolutely amazing. But I'm gonna use a Morphe like angled brush, and I'm gonna take the darkest color in the palette, and I'm just going to put this on the tops of my cheekbones and just kind of contour those out a little bit. I'm also just gonna do like the sides of my nose a bit. I feel like I have a pretty big nose, so I do kind of like to try and do that, even though I feel like I'm always terrible at it. And then just like my jawline. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little blush. This is from NARS. It's their Orgasm blush. I have like a cute little mini of it. It's so pretty. So I'm literally using the same brush just to save some time. And I'm just putting this on my apples. Just makes your skin look super healthy and glowy. Big fan. Okay, we're almost there. So I'm gonna take some highlighter next. So this is from Physicians Formula. I feel like I've had this forever, but I freaking love it. And I like to dip my brush in these top 3 lightest shades, as you can see right here. So I'm just gonna take those top 3 lightest shades like I just said, and I'm gonna pop that on the tops of my cheekbones. So pretty. One thing I will say though is it does emphasize texture. So if you have a lot of texture on your cheeks, you might not like this one as much. But I don't know, in the summertime I just don't really care, and I just love it, so we're going for it. Okay, and then last but not least we have to do our lips. So I'm gonna take this lip liner from LA Girl. It's in the shade Cafe. I feel like it can be really hard to find a lip liner that's like near your lip color at the drugstore, but this one's one of my all-time favorites. It has more of like a brown undertone, but I don't know, I just feel like it's like the perfect like overdrawing lip liner. Cool. And then I'm gonna just take a light lip gloss on top. This is from Revlon in the shade Sandstorm. We talk about these lip glosses all the time. I've been using them since like middle school. They are so good and they're so affordable, and I just love them. My favorite is in the shade, I think it's called Nude something, and just like the perfect everyday lip color. But I also just like this light one, just for like an everyday, keep in your bag. I don't know, I just like it with like a lip liner. Really pretty. With this lip liner, it's just the perfect like everyday perfect combination. Okay guys, so that completes my perfect like just go to spring into summer makeup look. I just think it's really pretty. It's like natural but glowy and dewy, and I'm just a big fan of it. I don't know what this red spot is, so we'll ignore that, but just I don't know, I love all these products. I think it's really good. If you feel like the foundation's too heavy for you, you can totally just use like a BB cream or a CC cream. Okay, and here's just like a closer look. I feel like the lighting's really bad right now. I think the sun's going down, but just like the perfect bronzy, like everyday nude look. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.